morning once again, or good afternoon, depending on when you decide to watch this video. Today we come back with another market outlook. We're just trying to see how we can just decide or just analyze how the market will be looking for the next couple of weeks or for the next week, which is the week that you're going to, the week that begins on the 14th to the 18th. Yeah. So we start with dollar index. We can see the dollar index for the past couple of weeks. When I'm talking about the past couple of weeks, I'm talking about here we've been having a bullish trend and then tried to come down, broke, failed, got a bit of a fake out, and then from there we also had another fake out today that created a double bottom, and this is our neckline for a double bottom. So what are we anticipating for this entire pair? We'll be looking at it again in the very same perception that we were looking for. So I'm going to go to 1 hour so that we can see the right or the best one that you can use. So we can see that we have a bit of a level here that was felt to be broken. We have a bit of a level here that also we felt to be broken. And from there, what happens is that we have a bit of a falling channel that has been broken right there, you will see, and also a bit retested there. And then from there, you will see that we had a bit of a wedge. In fact, not even a falling channel, it's a falling wedge. So you will see that we have our first touch, second touch, and third touch. So it's first touch right there, second touch right here, and then third touch just right there. In fact, I'm not just going to try and force it, I'm just going to use the lows. So it's 1, 2, and 3 right there. I'm just going to also increase my lines or lining so that you can see how it would look like. And from there, just also give you the touches. Let me just fix this lining so that you can see that they do indeed touch. So we have this as one. We have this as one. And 2, and then from as a support you have this as 1, not this one. The support you have this as 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then 5, right? And we have this as resistance area. So what are we anticipating is that price is going to break on the upside retest, either go to these next 2 levels, right? So we're anticipating to see price breaking on the upside retest, and then we'll be seeing it heading to 1,257, and from there expecting to see it going to 1,300. Right. Then that's it for dollar index. From there we'll be moving to CAD JPY. So CAD JPY, anticipating to see a bit of movement now going to the downside. So that's why I'm going to start on 4H. I'm going to start on 4H, and you'll see that we'll still have the very same bit of an analysis that we had last week, just that now it pushed to the upside, gave us a bit of a pullback, and it was a very nasty pullback that we didn't even anticipate. So we still have this ascending wedge that has been broken, and then from there we have a bit of an ascending correction pattern with the fake out. But the fake out was also caused that price was just coming to retest this resistance, and that would also give us a bit of a double top right here. So which is also 1 and then 2. Then when coming here we have 1, 2, 3 dead touches. Just gonna fix it. Just gonna give it make it not as perfect as it should be, but the way it should touch our wicks. So it also 1, 2, and then we had a breakout there. So what are we anticipating on CAD JPY this week? That we're anticipating that price would come back to either that level to come and either give us a bit of a retest on the 89750, or we could just have the full movement to 87700. So either could see one of the 2 following outcomes, which would be price coming back to retest this zone, and from there just dropping to the downside. and then we'll be anticipating something like this, and that also corresponds with USD CAD, and I will also show you how USD CAD looks. So this is the way we're anticipating that dollar and CAD JPY is going to be moving. We're not considering any fundamentals, not consider anything that has to do with news. We're just considering structure and structure only. Yes, a lot of people would be like, but maybe news would affect how the price would move. Yes, that would do, but unfortunately we do not trade news. We just use them as a precaution to make sure that we're on the right side. So 1H, you can see that we just anticipating a bit of a break. So we just right here, and then we can have our feather drop. Then we have EUR/JPY, which is also, we go back to 4H. You see that we also have a bit of a correction, not even of a correction per se, but we have a bit of structure that makes more sense than any other structure. So now last week we had a bit of we anticipated that price would be breaking to the downside further, but unfortunately it didn't, and it's also understandable that we are anticipating and we're not saying that 100% that's what's going to happen. So price also came back and had a bit of a fake out, came back in, broke below our nearest our recent higher low, also on 1 hour, which is right here on 1 hour. It's going to change to 1 hour level, and then also broke the 4 hour level, right? When it broke down the 4 hour level, below the 4 hour level, we now have this as our target, and also this, and then we have the last one, which is here. But also you will see that on 4 hours, on 1 hour, had a bit of a different structure, also just confirming that we also still might be seeing a bit of a further downward movement. As you can see that this is what we have, a bit of an expanding pattern. A lot of people that trade patterns would say that, a bit of an expanding pattern. But what we're anticipating is that you're going to see price coming either here to the downside, or even here and then to the downside. So that's what you're only anticipating. I think I'm not so sure. I'll just calculate the number of pips that would be looking to go downside. It's like 200 pips, and that's enough for the move that you can even take advantage of. Then we have GBP JPY. All GBP pairs are aligning, in fact, in the very same way. As some would just be giving you more confirmation more than the others, but yeah. So this one, we also have a bit of a double top right there. Just also going to switch to a 4H, because since this is a 4H level, have a bit of a double top. As you can see from here to here, we have a bit of a diagonal support that we might expect to anticipate that price can either retest this and then continue to the upside, or break and continue to the downside. So the targets that we have is one, just here, which is 15300 or 149700, right? And then on 1 hour, you also see that we have a bit of a different structure, of an inner structure, I meant to say. 1 hour, the structure that we have is just this one that is also being tested. Just anticipating that price would be breaking below and continue to the downside. You can see here a bit of a fake out on the double top there, and we're anticipating that price can come back here to this zone and then retest, and then just start seeing more momentum to the downside. But we can also anticipate that price can decide that it can go to the upside, break, and continue to make further high highs, and yeah, just move to the upside. So also even on 1 hour, we have a bit of a target right there, which is also a bit of a dead touch of the trend line. And just to understand that price can, if it does decide to 10 here, then understand why did it 10 there. So it can either 10 here go upside, or what it can do is we can start seeing a continued movement to the downside. So that would also correspond with a bit of it looks like it's a bit of a bearish black pole, so then it would just correspond with that, right? So this is our GBP JPY, and it's anticipating a bit of more selling pressure more than anything, also have our channel set up right there, just anticipating that price is going to break below that, and what would make us enter this trade or this pair would be when we see a bit of a break below this recent low to the downside. Then we can look for entries, have our stop loss just above the recent lower high. So for example, if price decide that it will just move to the upside and break, then this is our recent lower high. If it retest, we'll enter here with our stop loss there, either target this for 1:1 or target this for 1:3, and that's the only thing we'll be looking for. Nothing fancy and nothing else. And then from there we have GBP USD. It's gonna go in 4H, also start there, that you can see what I'm looking for. I had a bit of an inner structure right there that has been broken and let's say invalidated. So now we also have another structure, a bit of a structure right here that would be anticipating. Also have a bit of a double top, as you can see, or even a triple top if I'm not wrong. It's a triple top, which is 1, 2, 3, and anticipating that price is going to go to the downside and break, and you see further lows and low lows, right? And then this is our support zone. If I want to align it better, I'll have it like this, and you'll see that this is where price fell to break. So this is our support zone, anticipating that price is going to break to the downside like this and continue to the downside. And yeah, so the first take profit would be just right down here. Second take profit would be just down here. And I'm just going to fix them to be solid because these are not 1 hour take profits, but they are 4 hour take profits. So if we go to 1 hour, we would see that we have a bit of a structure also within here, and it corresponds with our 4 hours. So we're just waiting for price to break to the downside, so we can just move it to just here to the recent structure, and you will see that we're just anticipating the recent structure, nothing else. So we're waiting for a break below, and it will be more or less like 100 and something pip move. It'll be 140. That's even enough for anyone to be thinking about it twice. So that's it for GBP USD. I'll also send this analysis on our Instagram page. Then we have another one that has been holding since from last week. I'm just gonna delete this and also just make you understand why I'm still holding this pair itself. So we have a bit of a falling wedge or falling channel, and then also have a bit of a double bottom, or another channel, I mean to say, a bit of another channel right here that is supported by just a lot of candles failing to break below this support structure. So we tried to break, but we failed. And then now we have a bit of a consolidation market. So you can decide that you don't want to trade this up until it breaks to the upside, or you can decide that you're going to trade it within that range. I would suggest that if you're very new to the market, just wait up until price has broken above that consolidating or the range. So also even on 1 hour, you can see that we've been ranging and there's nothing to take advantage of. But I took advantage of when price was failing to break below this, and I'm just going to wait for price to break to the upside. So what I'm going to show you is that 4H. Just going to show you the perfect or how it's supposed to be looking like and what you're going to be anticipating. So it's going to be a 1, it's a 3 touch, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then we also have our 1. We also have our 1 and 2, right? So as I shown on last week's analysis, we had a bit of a double bottom here. Price retested this, but a bit of a double bottom here. Price went up, but now it failed and had multiple weak rejections, and now it's waiting that price is going to break to the upside and give us just a bit of the last push to 29500. So that's the only thing we'll be anticipating on USD CAD. and we have USD. So this is very exotic. It's called one of the exotic pairs because it has a very large spread. I'm not saying it's an exotic because it has a large spread. I'm saying it has a lot of the spread is very high. So if you're going to be trading this, trade it with a lot of caution. So it's a bit of messy. So I wouldn't really be trading it up until I start seeing price really ranging. But I see that we can take advantage of this right movement right here that's about to happen. So if you find a break above that, then we could anticipate to get to this level. So that would be something like this, and just anticipating there. So that is USD ZAR. I'm not going to be looking at a different analysis, but if I see something better, I will post it on the Instagram channel or the Instagram account. But this is what I'm anticipating on USD ZAR. As you can see, it looks like it's a bit of a skewed head and shoulder with also a double bottom, and this is the neckline. And if you can find a break above the neckline, then we can anticipate that the price would move. Let me see, because normally this is how you take, which is 2748, 2748, which is here. So we could either anticipate that price would be moving to this level, or just anticipating the last level there. And you can also either use this as a bit of a take profit, who knows, and price might just come and hit this 24.8 pips. And then we just have this one. This I'm not looking to trade it because now of how it goes against it goes against dollar index. So I'm not going to be trading silver up until it moves in the right direction, or moves in the direction I anticipated to. So also just a lot of movement here, a bit of double bottoms, neckline retested. So we could be seeing price continuing to the upside and defying what dollar index is saying. Because anticipating is that when dollar is going up, silver and gold goes down. But since these are commodities and also not just normal pairs, there might be safe haven for investors when gold is going up. When dollar is a bit uncertain, then investors might just move their stocks or their money to gold and silver just to make sure that they're on the safe side. So I think that is the last one as you go back to gold. So yes, have a very safe and good trading week. And this is the Anonymous FX. Once again, we're generating wealth under the radar. Cheers.